What's going on, everybody? We're live at 5, and we are here with, well, actually, I'll get into that in a second. But it's episode number 11, man. So
Let's wrap it up for 11.
super excited. Give it up for that episode number 11. Um, you know, we got a goal. We set a goal of doing 50 episodes in 1 year, and really trying to even push that to 100 episodes. Just like thinking long term, having a patient mindset about this whole process. And everything's going great so far. Focused on quality when it comes to the people we're talking to, and quality with the content. So shout out to you guys for rocking with us on this journey anyway. But yes, like I said, we have an amazing guest, a good friend of mine. Met her. It's been like 2 years now.
It's been a
Like
while.
2 years. Watching her journey as an entrepreneur, and super excited to see where she's going. Everybody, give it up for Miss Simren Leilani.
Welcome,
Welcome to
welcome,
the Jet Lounge. So,
welcome.
with Jet Lounge, I think I kind of already told you this off the camera, but basically, the whole focus or purpose of everything we're doing here is like just sharing stories of like entrepreneurship, life, regular life, having fun with it. The kind of vibe of kind of like the Amex Lounge at the airport when you're just at the bar talking to other people, and it just tends to usually be successful people in the Amex Lounge or people who have some stuff going on, right? So, just that kind of vibe. You think we should start including drinks? Sometimes like, hey, I need like some tequila, like chill people
We
out.
got some agua.
Some kombucha.
Something, like include a little just something on the side. Bring a shisha in here or something. I would bring a shisha, but anyway,
Oh
so
Lord.
yeah, let's get into it, man. We want to know all about what's going on. So
If you don't mind telling our audience, your background, where you from, your upbringing, things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first of all, thank you guys for having me. This is so exciting and
Welcome,
so
of
fun
course,
welcome.
of
to be a
course.
part of the lucky number 11 episode.
Yes, thank you for bringing your red boots out.
Yes. So I'm Simran, as you know, and this is our first time meeting, but I am on quite a journey of, I feel like, rediscovering myself right now. I have been acting for 15 years. I started a media company 2 years ago. So I've been on this journey of transforming from an artist into a CEO, but also still being an artist, but not being able to practice as much of my artistry as I'd like to. So now, having turned 30 last month,
Big 3-0.
I have this urge to really dive into that artistry part of me again.
Yeah.
And now that I have the CEO part kind of stabilized, and of course we're always evolving as entrepreneurs and business people, but there's a part of me inside that's wanting to pour more out that's not just business.
Yeah.
And sometimes I feel like we get so lost in surviving and creating business and money and paying bills and whatnot that we forget who we were when we were 13. And
Hell
so
yeah.
that's what this is about for me.
So, okay, I like something you said. And before I even get into that, tell us a little bit about your childhood coming up. Like, what was that
Oof.
like? I know I met your brother before. I met
Yes.
your stepfather.
Yes, you've met my
Okay,
stepdad.
all cool people. Definitely a vibe.
Mhm.
And yeah, tell us what it was like just growing up with your family.
Growing up was definitely different than how the fam is now. I think everybody, of course, is human and we're all
Busy.
learning and evolving. Yeah. My parents were really young when they had me, so they were still figuring themselves out. They were immigrants in the country, and
Mm.
we were traveling around all around the world while my dad was building and failing businesses and trying to figure out how to make a living for us.
Was your mom working during that time?
My mom was working for him at the time. So they were
Really?
working together on the business and building together. Even I would be a cashier every now and then,
What was the business?
Oh my God. We've done probably everything. Dollar stores, TV stores, cell phone stores, jewelry
I was just
stores.
looking at that, investing in that yesterday.
Uh,
Dollar trees and stuff like that.
yes. We had one, nothing over $1,
I would
something
say
like
don't
that.
do it right now.
Oh, they said it's,
No.
it's actually a real estate. It's more of a real
Oh,
estate play than anything. You get the land for
Really?
like $50,000. They just want to own the land.
see, real
And basically
estate's
not have
different.
to pay on it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
just want the land, but they get it for
That's
cheap.
different. That's different.
So they're not leasing that.
If you want to invest in real estate, that's really what it's for. They don't care about selling things for $1. So that's a good business.
Fair enough.
How
Yeah.
long did you do it for?
They did it for quite some time. I feel like maybe that was the longest business that we had. Now it's a completely different industry. Now it's, smoke shop industry, but um it was different, but I loved it. Like I loved growing up in that space of moving around to different places and meeting new people. And I feel like it made me outgoing because I feel like I'm an introvert, but I'm also an extrovert because of that experience. So I love meeting new people
I
and
relate.
I feel like I'm like used to being an extrovert, but I'm really an introvert.
Hmm.
So out of
You
habit.
develop those skills.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I'm grateful for that because
yeah.
now I can talk to anybody. Like you can have just like at an airport lounge, I can have a
Right.
conversation with anybody and you never know who you're going to meet.
You never know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you said something you're talking about like being an artist and an actress, wanting to now that you kind of have life stabilized, your business stabilized, CEO part, you feel like you've got that under wraps right now. You want to get back into being able to create your artistry, right? So, one of my favorite philosophers, a guy named Nipsey Hussle, said something of like, starving artist ain't my style. I'll probably rob me a bank. But basically what he's saying was like I had to get money before I could get into the artistry. Like I had to stabilize my life and get my shit together. Is that how you were feeling?
At the time, no. I was willing to hustle and clean tables and wait tables, and I did that in New York, LA, Houston. There was a time when I told the story recently, I was eating bread and cheese sandwiches for a whole month because that's all
Wow.
I could afford. I was living in a shoebox size apartment with shared bathrooms and a street away from Skid Row in downtown LA,
Oh wow.
I know
paying
exactly where you
$500 in
were.
rent. So I've definitely done that. I've lived out of my car. I've done that whole thing. And, a lot of times people look at what I've achieved now and they're like, oh, you've probably had everything handed to you. They call me spoiled. I've been called spoiled before. And I'm like, you don't even know like what I had to work for to create this life and this resilience. And I'm still not. I don't even feel like I've started yet. But no, it wasn't always like that. I totally forgot what question you asked.
I was just like, is that how you felt as far as being a starving artist? That not the real word. You weren't actually starving, but like, so to say, like a starving artist wanting to get your stuff in order and then come back to, you know, the artistry again
I
after.
feel like that I felt like that now after I saw what was possible, but I thought I had to work. I thought I had to hustle hard. Now I know that working smarter is better
I'm
than
working harder.
harder because holy moly, hustling is freaking exhausting. And then I had no energy or, just mental capacity for my art. So I definitely think that way now. But back in the day, no. I don't think it was until someone saw something in me where I felt like, okay, now I can exchange this service for value.
I also think that, when we're in a state of survival, our manifesting is way less powerful too.
Absolutely.
So even if you were hustling and doing all the right things action wise, you might not have been putting out the energy and the vibration to attract those opportunities that would have fulfilled what you were trying to do. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? So
Exactly.
I feel like that's definitely something because I've been in them positions and I had to like, okay, where am I at mentally, energy wise, and everything in between to get back on track with how I'm trying to attract the right things.
Absolutely.
So what was it like? When did you move out to LA and how long were you there?
2014, I was there for about 3.5 years, and I moved from Houston to LA about twice during that time.
What
Uh,
motivated you to move to LA?
I wanted to be an actor. I learned at 15 that I loved films and storytelling and that I wanted to pursue that. And so I thought I had to be in LA. Uh, and my parents were like, "You're not going to LA just to act. You have to go to school for something." So I was like, "Okay, what's easy to, go to school for?" And then fashion came about because I loved fashion. Then I applied to a private fashion school out there and got in. And that's when I told my mom, "Okay, I got accepted into this fashion school. So now I'm going to LA."
Hmm.
So I got to LA at 18 and I knew within a month that I didn't want to be there
Why would
at
you
the
say that?
fashion
Because I
school.
have some friends that they moved to LA
Yeah.
and it's really hard for them to kind of break through because it's like, man, LA is a very different type of place.
Yes, there's definitely a lot of dark energy, I would say, out there. And I feel like I experienced some of my darkest moments in life out there. It's very easy to get lost, especially being so young and moving out there.
That was like prime LA too.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. But it was a blast. I mean, some of
Diddy
my
was
best
on the
memories.
prowl.
No, that was no no more party in
Hands
LA.
down.
No more party in
Oh,
LA.
no, no more
Did
partying
you
in
ever go to any of the parties?
Oh, there was a
Tell us
party
about
that
the
I
Diddy
didn't
party.
even make because
I'm
of the
just kidding.
pre-game was so good. I didn't even make it to the party.
Oh wow.
Ended up in that ambulance one night. So
What?
yeah,
Okay, well, we
that's
gotta
a
go
whole
into that.
nother that's a whole
Really,
nother
really quickly. You gotta go into. You ended up in an ambulance.
So my first frat party for USC, UCLA,
UCLA,
UCLA.
one of
something.
those.
We were in downtown LA. It was our, first semester in school and there was all these pre-parties before the pre-party and
They were so lit. You just
They were so lit that I thought I was like the coolest person. So I thought I had to be extra lit. That Capricorn energy was coming out. And I remember, well, my friends tell me, I don't remember. I got off the bus that took us to the street where all the parties were happening. And I got off the bus and I literally walked straight into the bush and fell into the bush. And my friends all just hopped off the bus and kept going into the party. They didn't even notice that I was laying in a bush. And then I had an ambulance called on me.
so you were just like kind of sleep, like so drunk you were just sleep in the
Again,
bush.
very happy to be in my 30s now. Do
Hey,
not miss my 20s
we've
at
all had some
all.
drunk moments for sure.
Oh my
Live it
goodness.
up.
So okay, speaking of LA, you say you worked for Kanye West when you were in LA. What was that like?
It was very interesting. Um, it was honestly everything that I expected it to be.
What
Is
does
he
that
really
mean?
a wild guy? Like they said, he just be spazzing sometimes.
Honestly, at that time, again, this was 11 years ago. We were working on Yeezy season 2 at the time.
Oh wow.
He was so, to me, he was fascinating because of how focused he was and how involved and hands-on he was in the whole process of creating the collections. And that was interesting to me because I thought, I'll probably never meet him. He'll probably never be around. I met him the first day of my internship.
Dope.
And I
Were you
couldn't believe
starstruck?
it.
Just like
And no, living in LA, I never got starstruck. I've run into Justin Bieber like 4 times. I fist bumped Usher in a club. And I remember being so lit that I was like, for some reason, I felt like I had to tell him that I was leaving the club because my friends were everyone was giving him so much attention. I was like, you know what? Okay, I'm getting out of here. So I went up to him and I'm like, I'm leaving.
he was like,
And no, he was nice about it. He was like, okay, bye. And I'm like,
mad
bye.
confused.
But, I don't know, I've never been starstruck, so it's just I feel like I'd be starstruck maybe with, like, Oprah?
Oprah?
Oprah.
I don't rock with
I don't know
Oprah.
why,
I
but
don't rock with Oprah at all.
oh, see, I rock
Ever
with
since
Oprah.
Oprah started talking shit about Michael Jackson when he died, I was
Oh,
like, nah, we're
no.
not rocking with that. Yeah,
N
she was on the documentary calling him a sex predator and all that. I'm like,
Ugh,
you were all on Michael Jackson's tip when he was alive.
but was he?
Nah, I don't believe it. 100%
But,
no.
like,
It's a conspiracy,
what if he
100%.
was?
If he was, then he was. But I 100%, I believe with every ounce in me that Michael Jackson was framed by some powerful people because of the things that he was trying to accomplish in the
Okay,
music industry, ownership wise. And
fair
it makes
enough.
it makes plenty of sense. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and then he deserved to be called what he would have been.
And then we like Oprah again if you're wrong?
I still wouldn't like her because if you're friends with somebody while they're alive, if they did something like if you're friends, if you went out and killed somebody, I'd be like, man, that's really fucked up to send a camera to kill somebody. But I wouldn't get on TV and make a documentary like talking shit about you on your dead
Oh, it
now.
was a documentary?
Yes, I'd be
Oh.
like, nah, I'm not gonna make a statement. I was cool with that person while they were alive.
But
You
what
know?
if she didn't know when he was alive?
Nah, I don't rock with it.
He's saying rocking.
And Oprah's rich. She's powerful enough to know that the people who did the same things to Michael Jackson made sure that Oprah was on that documentary because she's a voice of influence.
Mhm.
So if we get Oprah on there, people gonna believe it.
So why do going back to Oprah? Because I don't get into celebrity stuff like that because, like I said, it's a whole different industry. But Oprah, she do give back a lot. So is that one of the things that you do like about her? Is that she do give back? On the show, you get a car, you get a
Yeah.
car, you get a house, things like
That
that.
benefited Oprah.
Honestly, I never even knew that she did all that. For me, it was her ability to make people feel so comfortable and safe that they pour their hearts to her
Oh
and
yeah, for
find
sure.
comfort in
She was
her.
good at that.
And I feel like like people had mentioned to me that this a superpower I had, and that's the reason I call myself the naked gal. It's because people feel comfortable sharing a part of them with me that they don't share with others. And so I guess I would be starstruck because I find comfort in that and relatability in that. Not saying that I'm Oprah, but like it really
Working on it.
it's I'm the naked gal.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm the 2026 version of
You feel me?
Oprah.
Speak it.
Yeah, but no, I don't know. It's powerful, to make people feel seen and heard. So
So, speaking into that, like, what is the purpose behind your like? Because I know you have a podcast now too.
yeah.
So, what's your podcast about?
So it was about back in the day, my breakup and relationships and depression, and I would be crying and laughing and being crazy on there.
On the podcast?
On the podcast. They were solo episodes of me just blabbering on it.
Really?
I won't call
That's
it blabber.
dope though, kind of.
People liked it. I mean, I
That's
kept
very
going.
naked.
What inspired you to do it?
It was a way for me to heal.
Therapeutic.
Mhm.
Yeah. I was
Yeah, it was a way for me to heal. I've always found comfort in a mic, and I think that goes back to me like growing up writing music and like writing songs, which is why I want to get into that again, because I always write when I'm grieving and when I'm feeling, and it's poetry or music or podcasting. It's always through releasing of words of some sort. And so and at that time I felt like, okay, well, I'm going to start a podcast, and
This was like what, 3 years ago?
oh my gosh, this was like 4 years ago that I started, 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah. Not, funny enough, I was just telling somebody, I'm like, somebody needs to break Meek Mill's heart or start talking shit about him because he makes his best music when he's in his feelings. When he's on top, he starts going on
Too
Twitter
comfortable.
and starting beefs on Twitter with other people for no reason. I'll be like,
They said that heartbreaker.
it's a lot, emotion. So that pulls out, Adele, she dropped her best ever stuff
Yeah.
with coming out of a, bad situation. So anyway, let's get into a couple of questions on like, business and things like that. So how did that situation in that time frame of you getting to work with a Kanye, getting to live in LA and chase your dream and see what that process is like and getting to struggle and, stay basically near Skid Row. How did that develop you now into being somebody who could run a business? And, even the situation where last time we talked or a while before that, you were working for another company and then left that, built up the confidence to leave that. I tried to get you to leave for like 7 months, I feel like. I was like, leave.
He called it.
What kind of company was it?
It was a social media marketing
Social media
company.
marketer?
Yeah. They just were doing things differently, and I had my own vision and my own reputation that I wanted to create and my own value that I wanted to give to clients, and it was very different from theirs. And so I was like, okay, well, I think I can do this on my own, and I've been doing it on my own.
So did you grow up with social media? Kind of how, we all grew up with MySpace,
Yes,
Facebook.
absolutely.
Hold on, you hijacked the question because I'm trying to get how did that experience shape? Do you feel like it shaped, the skill set you needed now though?
I feel like I'm constantly, even today, like I've had one of the hardest days today that I've had in a very long time.
Yeah.
And I feel like every day it's like, and my mindset is always like, okay, what is God trying to teach me? And I used to be very hesitant to say the word God, but I think the things that I've survived and overcome and allowed to take shape within me the past 15, 20 years of my life have made me really like have really strengthened my faith that everything that you go through is shaping you, or it's an opportunity to shape you if you allow it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, everything I went through somehow shaped my confidence, my courage, made me even more curious because my curiosity is what took me to LA. My curiosity to see if I could do it out on my own, eating cheese and, white bread sandwiches like next to Skid Row. Could I
Shout out
do it
to
on
white
my
bread.
own? Could I do it on my own?
Yeah.
And that curiosity and that courage is what got me to the next step. So, yeah, like every day, even today, like the things that I have to battle today or was battling earlier today, that will help me tomorrow.
Yeah.
So it's constant. It's really constant. I think the most important thing is just being open to like and having faith. Like that's, I feel like number one for me right now is just
100%.
trusting.
Okay, my bad. I just had to get that out of because I wanted a lesson on that. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, it just kind of goes back to, like you said, most people now like social media. It's easy for us because we kind of grew up in it, So I just want to know if that was like the passion behind it. Because I like social media. It's like I've been on social media literally since MySpace came out. I remember being in the 8th grade, 6th grade, top 10 and all this kind of stuff like that. Now compared to this generation, they don't even understand how far social media have came.
Yeah, no, I think it's again, like I feel like I just found myself being authentic with it and people ran with it and people related to it and connected to it. I never tried to be anyone other than who I was on social media, and I think that's why it works for me. Some people get away with being someone else and that works for them. I just could never imagine myself evolving with social media that way. Um Actually, my page started off with 3,000 quotes and poems, again, words.
Theme page. You've been doing a theme page a long time ago.
And it would be like one or two pictures of me. in like 3,000
You should make a side. You
posts.
can make a side page.
I am actually about to launch a side page that has
Yeah,
my writing on it.
yeah,
Okay.
that'd be
That will
dope.
hopefully lead to a poem book soon. So,
You heard it
yeah,
here first.
So
yeah.
you're an entrepreneur at heart.
I'm
A
a
creative at
creator.
heart.
Creative.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
create.
think most
That's tattooed.
entrepreneurs are creatives because this is a very interesting journey. And most people they like the thought of it, but you gotta go through a lot of things in life in order to do it. And we make it kind of look so easy.
Also, you got to think about the world we live in. Like, this is a capitalistic ran world. So you as a creative want to have this expression of freedom, and you want to be free, and you want to, be able to enjoy what you want to do when you want to do it with who you want to do it. But you quickly realize when you get into the adult world, oh shit, that's not how things work. Unless you were either born into money, you have hella resources at your disposal, or something like that. But like if you don't, you quickly got to try to learn the game, and you can express your creativity through entrepreneurship and capitalism, and then you can essentially like you're doing now, get back to it. Because a lot of people growing up, yeah, I'm looking in the camera for this one, a lot of people grow up and they just, I used to think that people became millionaires purely off hard work, or like I don't even know, like it's just a one. But when you actually learn how money truly works, it becomes way more of a logical grasp of how it happens, and it's like a step by step thing that you can actually do. So anyway,
Yeah.
but I want to get into some travel questions, right? So like we talked about, we're here at the Jet Lounge. We like to talk about travel, and I always try to push just how enlightening travel has been for me and how much it opened my eyes. So, how do you feel like travel has changed your life, if any?
I honestly feel like in a past life, I did not live in America. I was probably
I
somewhere.
recommend doing that for everybody for
Oh
a
my
couple months.
goodness. It's definitely opened up my eyes to just the different type of um, lives people are living out
Hmm.
there. This past year, I got to travel to Greece, Italy, Turkey. I went to Pakistan for the first time 5 years ago, which is where
Where?
my parents are
Okay.
from, Pakistan.
Okay.
And that was, I feel like, the most eye opening. Obviously, the other spots were very beautiful. Um, and, I had a great time. But Pakistan, I feel like, was the most impactful because I saw how privileged I was to be here.
In America.
And I didn't feel that way before I went there. But just seeing how there was young girls that wanted to be doctors out there. And I grew up being like, it was shoved into my throat in years, like, okay, you need it, you're going to go to Harvard, you're going to be a doctor, you're going to be a lawyer, you're going to have a secure job, you're going to get married, you're going to have like and do all these steps the right way. And it's still enforced on a lot of people in our culture, but seeing that, I took the completely other, like, I went completely left field, and I was able to do that. Like, I was able to go left field, whereas there's people out there getting killed for going left field because of the embarrassment they cause their family. So I,
Wow.
yeah, it really made me, I guess, work harder, and that's when I started my company. I started really taking action on my life.
So that was a trip right before you made the decision to go ahead and start your company.
Yeah.
So because I've heard, like, when I stayed in Bali for 3 months, like a year and a half ago, and I met some guys at my hotel from Yemen, and this is such a funny ass story. Actually, it was funny to me, but so I'm in my room, and all I hear is like loud ass laughing at 3 a.m., and I'm like, so I'm like. So I stomped because like my
Oh
hotel
no.
room was right above the downstairs bar, which is closed. Nobody should even be there. And the security guys usually would tell people go to their room, but they're not for some reason. I go down there because I'm in my mind, like, I'm about to shut these motherfuckers up. So it's like two Arabic guys having a drink at the bar, and they like, hey, they just immediately like greet me with positivity and like happiness. And I'm like, I can't even, they're like, take a shot with us, man. Where you from? Where you from? So I'm like, I can't even get to shutting them up. I end up having a shot with them.
Oh my
And they
god.
start telling me all about Yemen and all this stuff, and like how crazy. It's like, oh brother, you love Yemen. You're like, for you it's good. For a girl, not so much. You wouldn't. And they're just breaking down how strict things were, like the marriage culture. He's like, if you want to go on a date with a girl, you marry, you don't like her, don't say anything after that. Just leave her alone. Like if you go tell your friends, oh, I didn't like her because of this reason, they family come kill you.
Oh, wow.
I'm
Yeah, it's
like,
bad out there.
what?
It's bad. I mean,
Like, because you messing up her chances of getting married to another person, and the word was
Oh.
spread. Because like technically, you all the girls are completely covered.
Mhm.
So you will get to see her after a meeting with the whole family.
Wow.
And yeah, like if you see her and then you tell everybody else, oh yeah, nah, don't do it, bro. Like they gonna kill you. And I'm like, what? He's like, yes, brother, yes. But they was cool as hell. We was all drunk at the bar until 5 a.m. talking about Yemen and traveling and everything. But do you know anything about their culture? Would you say Pakistan is close in that kind of strictness, or because you said something like that?
Yeah, I don't know anything about the Yemen culture
Right.
per se, but I know there's, many stories in India and Pakistan. And again, like I wish it wasn't like this because of course I want to be proud of where I come from. And I am proud of where I come
I
from.
actually do want to go to Yemen, by the way, after them showing me videos of how beautiful it was. Obviously, those are crazy ass stories, but yeah, I didn't mean to make it negative.
Oh my goodness. But no, I hear stories, and I've come across these stories, and I've come across stories here, unfortunately, where that culture kind of trans has
Come
like
over to America.
yes, has migrated over to America, and um girls at a really young age are still, being pressured to get married without even knowing who they are and what their identity is, and they're being forced to have kids. And then a lot of these men in these cultures, unfortunately, I see, like, even when you have a wife and kids at home, you're still not loyal, and you're still, having eyes for other people, and you're still cheating on people, and it's just I,
Is Pakistan a Muslim
it
country?
is,
Don't they
yes.
are allowed to have like multiple wives if you have the money?
I guess
If
so,
you
but
have the
but
money.
does the wife know that? Like,
Well,
does the wife know that they have
if it's
multiple
legal to
wives?
do so, why would you hide it? That's what I'm thinking.
But because I mean, wives here in America don't agree with that.
Right.
They don't want you to have multiple wives. But if they have this mindset that they've been raised by their fathers and grandfathers of like, hey, you can have a wife and kids at home, but you're allowed to go do whatever you want as long as your kids are taken care of and your wife and you're making enough money to take care of your wife and kids.
Yeah, that's what I was told. If you can afford to have 4 wives, then you can have 4 wives.
But will all the wives
Was
know
your
that?
was your who told you that?
I
I'm
had a
like,
dream.
I'm like, you're
I
not
had a
Muslim.
dream.
I had a dream a long time
No.
ago. I kind of believe that in a way. It won't work in America though. The reason why I say it won't work in America because things here is a little bit different. It's hard to
You're gonna
have
get your ass
multiple.
called out.
Yeah, but if you go to other countries, because most of the time the women they need help, so they don't really mind it. But in America, as you already know, they train most women here to be independent.
And I
So
and I know some people also with like wives or girlfriends in other countries, and I'm like, what are
They're spreading their seed around the
being
world.
fruitful and multiply.
That is crazy. No, because the first time I ever saw, well, actually, the first time I seen um a polygamous couple was in LA. Like I met a dude, really, really cool people, and he had 2 wives. You know what I mean? Like a white dude in LA. And then obviously going to like Dubai, that was the first time I like seen. I'm at the mall and you see a guy walking through the mall with his 5 wives, and each of them is pushing a stroller. You know what I'm
you?
saying?
Oh my goodness.
And I was like, yo,
That's
like it's
different.
just crazy. Like I'd never seen nothing like that. Like literally. So yeah, traveling definitely exposes you to some completely different things you've ever seen, right? But what would you say your favorite 3 places you've ever been are?
Ooh. I will say I really liked Istanbul.
Istanbul, okay.
Yeah,
Festival.
Istanbul was really cool. Of course, loved Italy. I still have yet to be to some of my I would say would be my favorite places. Like I haven't been to Venice yet. I would really like to go there. I went to Lake Como and Milan, which was really fun. And Athens in Greece. That's Greece. I would say probably my favorite out of everywhere that I've been is Santorini.
Really? We're
Mm.
going to
Yeah.
Santorini next year or this
Yeah.
year.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
excited
So you
about it.
haven't gone yet?
I have not gone. This will
Oh,
be my first
you're
time.
you're gonna like
Did
it.
you stay on the what is like the hill with the
Yes.
white
The
like the
steps and the
steps and
blue
all that, the
dome.
most famous Instagram
Oh my
photo?
gosh, yes. And all the markets and the food spots. It's
Is
such a
it good food
vibe.
there?
I like Greek food. They have really good Greek food over there.
What is their cuisine?
Greek food.
But like what is Greek
Like
food?
gyros
Oh,
Okay.
and is that how you say it? Gyros, euro.
Gyros.
gyros.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't like
but they
that.
have everything. I mean, they have Italian food. Italy's not
Okay.
too far,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know.
Now I am excited about Italy because I do like Italian food.
Where in Italy are you going?
We're not Jet Quest isn't going to Italy this year, but I would like to go to Italy.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't even know. Maybe Sicily.
Sicily. I haven't been there.
Rome, yeah, for sure. You know, move
Okay.
around out there, go see some stuff where the Godfather's from and stuff like that.
Okay.
So where would you say you're more of like a luxury traveler or more of like a creative immersion, cultural traveler?
Oof. A little bit of
A
both.
little bit of both.
I
Definitely a
definitely
girl's answer.
but I'm definitely because I love going to like the local cafes and bars and restaurants where all
Yeah,
the locals hang. I
Like the
don't
locals.
yeah, I don't
get to
like to do the
see what they're
touristy
doing
stuff.
over there.
Exactly. Like I don't like to go next to like monuments and take pictures. Like that is my least favorite thing to do.
I mean, you got to go to the Eiffel Tower and stuff like that.
That's different, but if I'm going to the Eiffel Tower, I'm doing it with a glass of wine.
Yeah,
Like, you know,
yeah, with a
and
nice view.
yeah, like I'm not just gonna go take a picture and then next monument.
Do you
So
feel like travel has like influenced your confidence too?
I feel like it's made me feel less alone in the
Really?
world because I feel here sometimes I feel maybe that I'm too out there, some people would say, with like whether it's fashion or my energy of like me just always being super optimistic about everything
You
and
would think hanging out with Kanye would have changed your mind on that.
yeah, nope, different man back in the day, I'm telling you. But you know, over there, it's like people are not overseas. I feel like people are not afraid to be themselves, and I feel like over here we have a lot of conformists in America that are
Oh yeah,
trying to fit
yeah.
into the society. And I'm like, if society's going right, I'm gonna fucking go
You
left and
laugh.
see what's fuck around and find out.
No,
You
that
know?
is so funny because I joked about like the German personality. I have my videographer, one of my videographers we use, he's German, and like they literally have no faking in like they can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
And they're so blunt. It's basically like their bluntness is basically rudeness, but they don't mean it at all.
Yeah.
But like I just remember the conversations having with him. I get it because I travel and I know that's just how he is. But the other people are like getting offended. I'm like,
That's just
he
how it
doesn't
is.
understand tact. You know, it's like
Mm.
they don't have that over there.
Mhm.
But it was just so funny how he becoming. He's like, brother, like, the fat girl said that. I'm like, hey, whoa, whoa, you can't call her the fat girl,
Oh
bro.
my
Like,
lord.
so, but okay, last travel question, and then we're gonna jump into like some entrepreneur credit building type of ideas and stuff
Well,
like that, right? So, which JetQuest trip this year would be the one you would love to go on? Do you know which trips we have going on
No,
this
I
year?
don't know what trips you
Okay,
have going on.
Medellin, Colombia, Jamaica,
Ooh.
Barcelona, Greece, which we're gonna do the three different cities: Santorini, Mykonos, and uh, I lost my train of thought.
Athens.
But yeah, Athens, and then Kenya. Then we're going to Thailand, Bali, Tokyo, and Brazil for New Year's at Rio.
What was it? Oh, okay, Colombia. I would probably say Colombia.
That's a great idea because we're actually doing. It's going to be an entrepreneur themed trip.
Oh, nice. What does
Yeah.
that mean?
So basically, this year we're taking a spin and can put in more of an emphasis on who each trip is for. This trip is going to be very much geared towards entrepreneurs, people who want to be around other founders, beginner level entrepreneurs, all the way up to people who have made it and things like that. So just to get around and travel with people that are experiencing what you're experiencing, which is building something.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, I would say Colombia just because most of my team is from Colombia.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I don't know. I'm curious to see what their
Where they're living
culture.
at. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay.
definitely am gonna do a trip out there this year, anyways. Just because it's been on my bucket
We might
list.
have to make that happen. We might have to
Yeah, I
make that
may need to
happen.
do a Jet Quest trip this year.
It's about time. Bring your boyfriend.
I
Everybody's welcome.
Everybody's
know.
welcome.
Still trying to get Shaquille out of the house.
I'm gone. I mean, my ultimate goal is to literally every month work 2 weeks out of the month and just travel for 2 weeks out of the month,
Oh, I
and
love
then
that.
eventually just travel the world and not
Wow.
really
We
work
setting a
hard.
lot of foundations right now, so we getting
I'm
stuff
working
done.
hard right
I
now to
love
do
that
it.
for you.
I love traveling though. I wasn't born in America, so I came to America,
Where were you born?
Trinidad.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Very cool.
like I said, a lot of things like you said earlier about entrepreneurship, like you said, like your parents, starting their own businesses. Because I know certain cultures, every culture have a certain type of business that everybody go into. Now, literally
So true.
every culture.
Yeah.
Some people might open up the gas station. Then I was listening to another story. They said in LA, some guy, I think he's from Vietnam. One guy came over here, learned the donut business, and then went back home and told everybody. And that's how they own all the donut shops in LA and things like
Oh,
that. So different
wow.
countries It's just they're just known for different type of businesses.
Same with
So
the Patels and the hotels.
the hotels, yep, they own all the hotels.
Oh wow, that's so interesting. I never
Yeah.
thought about it like that.
So I do a lot of studying, but like you said, with your parents, what age did your dad start a business, and did that motivate you to continue to do entrepreneurship instead of like freelancing?
My dad definitely motivated me to be an entrepreneur just because I saw the way that he hustled and how much fun he was having doing the different businesses that he was. And every business, even if it didn't work, it would motivate him even more to do the next thing. So I was like, wow, this is like a,
Some good keys
That's
right
good.
there.
yeah, I was like, this is an ongoing like adventure of never knowing how things are going to go and just giving it a shot and giving
Betting
it
on
your all.
yourself.
And he's very passionate about everything he does. So everything he ever did, he was very passionate about. And I think that that's something that lit a fire in me and made me realize, wow, like you can be passionate about something, and if it doesn't work out, it's okay. There'll be something else that maybe you're better at, and that's kind of how his journey went. Every time he started a new business, it was something he was better at and better at and better at. And then I saw him become a successful businessman. So yeah, it's I don't know what your question was.
No, that I want to
Long
take
day,
something
guys.
from
Long
that.
day.
Yeah, because honestly, in the startup world, they actually I don't want to say prioritize, but like they put it on a pedestal founders who have failed a couple times, like have multiple businesses. Because
Yeah.
if you are a founder in the startup world, it is mental torture. It is crazy. Like it's different from just running a regular business. It's crazy. But they want somebody who they know this person can deal with the actual mental journey they're about to go on.
And
For the
been through
next
the
5 to 10
fire.
years. Yeah,
Mm.
I mean,
It's not
somebody.
easy.
No, you
Yeah,
have to
I tell
enjoy
people
it.
it looks easy. I tell people, listen, you're better off just go get you a 6-figure job than try to own your own business.
it's not for everybody.
It's really not.
But I will say the state of the world right now, it is worth it for you to put yourself out of your comfort zone and try. At least everybody can't be an entrepreneur, but everybody can be an owner. You know, it's worth it to become an owner and own things that can be assets because, yeah, I'm not going to get into conspiracy and all that right now. But yeah, the way the world is turning right now, you want to be able to have some form of control over your life. But so, we talk a lot about business funding and credit and everything like that. So have you already used credit a lot in building your business?
Honestly, I haven't. I haven't really had to.
Yeah.
But
Flex then.
no.
We got it over here.
No, honestly, I went to LA and did everything you shouldn't do. So I got got a bunch of credit cards. I started doing laser hair removal. I started doing all these things I shouldn't have been doing because I was trying to be this LA girl. Ruined my credit. Terrible. It got so bad. Now finally I've, rebuilt it and I'm growing. But I guess I messed it up so bad early on that I got scarred in using credit, and I found a way to build business
Scarred
without
or
it.
scared or both?
Both, all the above.
What's your take on credit now? Like, how do you feel about credit?
I feel like it's a powerful tool if used right, and it's something to be utilized in the right way and
Did your
not
parents taught you
abused.
about credit growing up?
Oh my God, so much. My mom told me way before I did any of that. Make sure your credit's good. Credit is the number one thing.
Same with me.
But
Now,
I
did
always
she
have to
actually
fuck around and find out.
explain how you could use it, or did she just express how important it was?
See, that's the thing. I feel like she just expressed how
That's
important
how
it
my mom
was.
did. Yeah.
And
Make
I
sure you
was
pay your bills, but like never explaining you can use credit to get more money and build yourself and yada yada.
build a
Most people
business
normally
out
say
of
stay
that.
away from it, so it's always good to hear that, parents, they tell you to use credit and they
Yeah.
won't explain why, but then some parents like, don't get a credit card,
Yeah.
don't finance a card,
Baby steps.
Yeah.
Our generation, we need to make sure we're at least telling them why now.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
don't tell people what to do.
Because it's a
tell them
double-edged
why to
sword.
do it.
For
It's
everything.
It's a double-edged sword because some people now they're like, you can get $100,000 out, no plan. They want $100,000, and it's like you got about 3 months before this run is
This
over.
is a bad
Yep.
idea.
It's gonna charge off in about 3 months because you just thinking it's free money, and they don't really teach people about credit. But luckily for me, I had a stepdad that taught me about credit, and again, I didn't listen. And then I got tired of paying people to fix my credit, and I just started a company. And now I just like helping people and teaching them, no, get the money, invest into a cash flow business or buy some assets, but do not go out there and mess it up.
There's
Because
got to
once
be
you
a
mess,
strategy.
once you mess that relationship up with that bank, that $2,000 credit card could have cost you a $50,000 business credit card.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
Do you plan on using business credit in the future to invest into more things, or you plan on just kind of just figuring it out?
Absolutely. I think that's my transition this year. Again, I was a startup for the past 2 years, just trying to figure out how to rebuild myself, going from the serving industry and random odd jobs with
What did you
interest
serve at?
and
I was a
whatnot.
server too.
In Houston, I served at Whiskey Cake and Moxie's was the last one.
Oh, that's good.
Moxie's, I can see
Moxie's was
Moxie.
the
That's better than Applebee's.
see Moxie. Oh yeah,
See,
definitely
yeah,
better than
You work at Applebee's?
Applebee's.
yeah, that's my last job.
Were you
Yeah,
making
yeah,
money?
no.
I was getting paid $3.63 an hour. The last time I worked the job was
Were the
2013.
Oh
tips
my
good?
god.
No, I was in the hood.
Applebee's.
It was the only, it was the only Applebee's in Baltimore City. I'm from
Oh
Baltimore.
my god.
Oh
Yeah,
man, that was a horrible job.
but
Black
that
people getting
Applebee's
what?
was the
I
most.
love black people. We don't
It
tip.
was the most profitable Applebee's because it was nothing but cash, and it was the only one in Baltimore City.
Oh, so you did get good tips.
Oh,
No,
okay.
the company got all the money. We didn't get good tips.
Oh no.
People just come there and get a 2 for $20 and give you $25. So you always it'll be $21.20, and then they'll tell you keep the rest. So you make about $4 per table.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely was making
You
a
would've been
lot
tempted.
more money at Moxie's being a woman especially. I will say we women can definitely use
Yeah, I'm about to
that
say.
pretty privilege.
Pretty privileges.
I'm sorry, gentlemen, but that's definitely a thing. And some women will abuse it, but some women will use it for the right reasons.
Hey man, if I was a pretty woman, I would have been a millionaire by now.
Long time ago.
A long
By
time
19.
ago. No, for
You're
real.
still pretty, Jonathan.
I'll take it. No, you know the crazy part? I think going to I worked at a bunch of restaurants. My first restaurant job I quit because my manager was gay and was flirting with me.
Where was it at?
Gringo.
You could have got a
Oh my
lawsuit, man.
Lord.
I wouldn't even think about that. I was just like, I
That
was
what?
about to
You could have
swing
got a
on.
lawsuit, you know, got some
Oh.
money.
Yeah, I was just I told the other managers like, hey bro, like, do you know that he be doing it? And he's like, oh, that's just him. I'm like, that's not a fucking response. Dude, what do you mean? That's just him
But I love that you bring this up because you know how much this happens.
to women.
Oh my
Oh yeah,
god.
I'm sure. And people are like, oh, that's just him.
And women don't quit. Most of the times, women will not quit. They'll
Well, I thought about
allow
quitting
it to
every
happen.
single shift. I'll just be taking a nap. Like, I didn't like the idea that I had to get up right now. I'm like, I could just go cut grass and sell weed and candy or something like that. Like, I just knew like, bro, I'm not making enough for this to make sense. I always thought like that. Like it just, like I said, I was literally every summer go start some kind of business where I could make 500 a week. Like cutting grass and washing cars, I was doing that.
You're a
So
hustler.
Is that what motivated you to be an entrepreneur?
well, I'm a horrible follower of people who don't have what I want.
Okay.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh.
I'm a good follower. I've worked for other startups, and been mentored by people, and I'm a great listener and follower. But if you don't have what I want, I can't.
Yeah, it's
You know what
hard.
I'm saying? So I'm in there around people who, I think I'm smarter than, and that's a little bit of an ego problem. And I've definitely been humbled a lot more by life already, especially in the last 3-4 years. But yeah, it was just something where I was like, yeah, that inspired me. And then watching my dad, like you said, like
Mhm.
I saw him take a long time for his business to finally kind of get off the runway. And so I remember telling my dad, yo, why don't you just start go get a job? Like,
Hey, yo.
like, I remember telling him that
Ew.
because I remember thinking, I was like, yo, I think he didn't have a car at the time. He was going in between cars, and I was like, yo, I need some shoes for school. And he was like, we'll figure it out, something like that. And I'm just my brain thinking like, damn, like let's just go get a job, like you. But
Hey.
I didn't I now as an adult who's running a business that I don't know how that didn't break him down.
How would you feel if your kid told you that right now when you're figuring out if you had a little
Well, I'm a
8-year-old?
I'm a solution positive based person, so that would be extreme motivate. I'd probably like have a moment where I was like, I need to make this shit really, really work.
But what would you tell your kid if they said that to you? Like, what was your response?
I don't have kids now, so I don't really fully know, but it'll probably be a teaching lesson.
Teaching lesson.
There we
It'll
go.
probably be a teaching lesson. Like, hey, I understand how you feel, son. Like, look, this is where things are right now, and like, you're gonna have a moment like this in your life. Blah blah blah.
It's a
Something.
process.
You know what I mean? But yeah, crazy, bro. Unhinged.
God, wow.
Unhinged, bro. I'll be probably laughed at it like,
Why don't you go get a job?
But okay, so we'll do some quick rapid fire questions as we're coming to a little bit of
Ooh.
an end, and just kind of see some funny stuff. So if you could have any superpower, what would it be?
The ability to read minds.
Why?
Because I would love to know what holds people back from being who they are
I
and
was
be
thinking
able
she wants to
to
get people to
be
buy
the
on the
light
spot.
in some way. I'm telling you, I got an Oprah in me.
Explain to our guests what is the Oprah in you.
The Oprah in you is your ability to make people feel safe enough to be heard and seen. And I feel like we go around worrying about how we're doing, how we're looking, how we're feeling, how our business is doing. Nobody realizes that we're in a world with human beings and we can help each other and be there for each other. Like I
Yeah.
feel like we're so selfish now, and I feel like everybody's out for their own, for their own. And that's cool and all. And yes, you got to feed yourself and put on your mask first before you put on somebody else's mask, but I feel like we've forgotten about putting a mask on somebody else. Like we've just put on our own mask in the airplane, and
It's a
everybody else
hard
around us
balance.
is like
Yeah.
I've lost some really close people this year. One being a client, one being an aunt. And I remember the last words I ever said to my client on the phone before he was gone was, "I'll call you right back." And I could have had a conversation with him, but I was too busy in my own world. I was too busy in my own not at all important things. And I could have given him a few minutes and he may still be alive today. Same with my aunt. I feel like I could have maybe set some time apart to call her, and it was too late before I did that, and now she's gone. So I think this year has really been impactful for me in that way, where I've realized like I need to also yes, I'm on my own journey, but I also need to remember that
It's a collective.
it's a collective,
It's a community. I think it was like a Harvard study that talked about people who lived the longest and were the most happy. And they said that the most important thing or the direct correlator in their longevity was high quality relationships,
It's
Absolutely.
very important.
having high quality relationships over their life. So, okay.
Sorry, that wasn't rapid fire, but
No, that was great. That was not rapid fire, but that was great. So, if you could change one thing in your life, what would it be?
um to be loved unconditionally for my courage
Okay.
Mm.
Okay, good
by
one.
my family.
If you had 3 wishes, what would they be?
To be loved unconditionally for my courage by my family. That's one for sure. And ooh,
That's a good one. I wouldn't use that one though.
I don't know. Honestly, like
Think Aladdin. Anything.
ah,
3 more wishes.
this is really hard
2 more.
because I'm such a like super manifester. So whenever I want something, I like go after it. And luckily God likes me, so I get it. But
Okay, let's make this easier.
yes, please.
Let's make this easier. What's your favorite movie all time?
Don't judge me, but honestly, Fast and Furious series is my favorite.
Really?
Yes.
Yo, the people who go on social media and make those clips like dissecting the ridiculousness of the stunts on the movie, that should be so funny to me. Like,
Fast and Furious?
yeah, like they're like jumping off a 30-story building and landing and like not being dead and stuff like that.
So fun though. Like
No, they are.
imagine being in that movie.
We'd be all
I think
rich.
I think
Isn't
that's
That's all
why
I can
Isn't
think
about
of.
10
Fast and
different
Furious
12.
20
12?
coming
Oh
up.
my god.
No,
I
for
got
sure.
I
Or
was done at
15.
like 2, 3.
Stop it.
I know every year it was like a joke on Instagram. It was like how many, Fast and Furious is gonna be.
No.
I'm gonna be in Fast and Furious 15. You heard it here
Speak it here.
So you
Yes.
believe in manifestation?
Oh,
'Cause
absolutely.
we'll talk
Yep.
about that a little bit more.
Okay, so last few minutes. So, how does like what does authenticity mean to you today?
To be able to wear your heart on your sleeve and not alter your heart for regardless of what anyone else feels about that.
Okay, okay. Now, how do you stay grounded while you're building something that's all about marketing and media and being out there, like basically something very visible?
I spend a lot of time alone. And, I love being around people, but I think it's important for me to think about the things that I've gone through and experienced and how my life looked before I got here. So I spend a lot of time with God. I talk to God like he's my best friend morning, night, throughout the day. He's probably like, girl, leave me alone. I got other people to worry about. And I'd be like, no, but I need you.
I need you right
Uh,
now.
no, but honestly, it's that. Like, I'll sit on my balcony, have this really cute chair, and I just sit there with my coffee, or I'm even like driving, or just throughout the day. But it's God that humbles me.
Okay, okay. And what does legacy mean to you now?
Legacy to me means somebody one day coming back to me and saying, because of you, I went after my dream, or I was able to be who I wanted to be in this world and do whatever I wanted to be in this world and create whatever I wanted to be in this world. To me,
Inspire
that's
somebody.
legacy. Yeah, to be themselves, not to be like me, not to be like anybody other
So
than who they are.
basically, you want to inspire them to be not like Simren. Like you don't want to be like Oprah. You want to be like Simren.
Exactly. Like
In fact, Lloyd, can you bleep out every time we said Oprah? Just bleep out the word Oprah and just put the word Simren in there.
Oh my God.
Like an AI voice, Simren. Every time she says it.
You know what's funny? Because like my hosting coach, she's like this famous hosting coach that has worked with Joan Rivers and what are
Simren.
Stop it. She told me one day in the first day of class, she asked me why I was here in class, and she like called me out in front of everybody, and I was like, because I want people to feel, comfortable sharing their stories and what they've gone through and be able to find light through that. And she called me after and she was like, everything you were saying really reminded me of Oprah. And
Simren.
Stop it. And that's when I looked up Oprah, because of course I knew.
Oh wait, you
like,
didn't know who Oprah was at that
I
point?
knew who Oprah was, but I never watched any of her shows.
Did you see
Looked
her on
at
The
her
Secret?
story and stuff.
Did you see her on The Secret?
I did see The Secret.
Tell us about it.
Yeah.
Did that motivate you to like her even more?
Yes, it did. But I think it was around that time that I saw The Secret when that happened. And that's when I started diving into her podcast and her shows. And I would watch like old recaps. And I was like, holy crap, this woman is like me, but older. Just kidding.
Simren. Literally every time. We're not giving Oprah no love.
No,
No, I'm
don't be
playing.
like that.
Oprah's gonna send me a cease and if this shit when this shit blows up, Oprah's gonna find this episode and send
She's
a
gonna be
cease
like,
and desist.
do you want to come work for her own company? Yes, Oprah, let's go.
Yes, let's get Simren a job, Oprah, and I'll forgive you for
Please.
turning your back on
Partnership,
Michael
woman, let's
Jackson.
go.
So what would if you could go back and talk to like 19-year-old Simren, would you tell her to do anything different?
I would tell her to drink less alcohol.
Okay.
Yes.
Facts.
I agree.
Lord.
Good Lord, man. Felt that one.
Yeah, definitely that. I think, I've decided to be sober this whole year from everything.
Let's give it a round of applause.
Thank you. Thank you. And it's really just because I don't even remember what it feels like to be sober anymore. Like, not that I have an alcohol issue, I don't drink that much, but like, I'm talking about shisha and there's vaping and then there's other stuff. And I'm like, there's always something.
Doing something.
There's always something. And I'm like, I just don't even remember what it feels like to be normalized in my body and feel me with the earth just sober,
Yeah.
And I just want to feel that again. And I want to see who that Simran is. And
What comes from that?
what
And
comes
that
from what?
focus. No, I'm saying like and see what comes from it.
Yes, exactly. What I can create from that.
Yeah. No, I did 100 days of like no drinking, and I also did 75 hard throughout that time. So like I did another 30 on top of that of no drinking. And a couple other things that I said I was not gonna do during that time. And it was just like the focus was insane. The amount of extra time and money that I found just not doing that. And then turning down shit that I normally would have been cool just doing because I just like, what's the purpose of me going if I'm not gonna have a drink?
Yeah.
It just was crazy. So yeah, I think this will be a major year for your business of you doing that. And same with me. So you got some extra.
I would say that was the
questions?
best thing that you could ever did. My friends like him, they laugh at me all the time.
I don't
because
laugh
I
at
don't
you for not
because I don't drink. He drinks sometimes, but I don't really drink at all.
That's awesome.
Champagne if we got like a special occasion, but I can honestly piggyback and tell you that it helps you out financially. Like you said, just the things that you can do when you're drunk, that you wouldn't do when you're sober.
Yeah.
And you got more energy, more drive, more focus. So, it's definitely one of the best things I tell everyone to do is just stop drinking.
What made you
Because
want to do that?
my body, I just didn't feel like myself. And I also saw how alcohol is the number one thing that leads to everything else.
Oh man.
And then,
Exactly.
where I grew up at in Baltimore, we got they call them junkies. I don't know, they call them homeless people here, but we got real junkies where it's like zombie land.
No, for real. The first time I ever seen like a functioning up close crackhead was in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like it's so I seen it, I'm just like, I'm gonna stay away from it.
Like
It's
great promotion for
terrifying.
multiple.
It's terrifying. Even when you're out in the bar sometimes and you like are around drunk people and you're sober, it's like
Oh yeah,
you don't see. It's like their bodies are there and they're there, but their souls are like
yeah.
It's not there.
clouded by
Sunken
darkness.
place.
Yeah, it's just it's and no judgment. Everyone can do what they want, but I also just realized everybody I look up to,
I'm
the
judging.
Jay Shetty's, Miley Cyrus, like all these people that I look up to, I'm like they're all sober. They all found their way to sobriety and it changed their life.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
hello, what are we doing?
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
everybody hates Donald Trump now or whatever. Some people do, but like I seen that he was sober. Like he never drank,
Never smoked
never
a
smoked,
cigarette.
nothing.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah,
okay.
nah, but like so many people, so
A
many.
lot of successful people because again, like I said, it's just hard to, just think about it. You worked hard all week in the gym, and then you go out in the weekend and got blasted. You got to keep on starting over and
You're
over.
reversing
That
you're putting a basically defense up against your progress.
Exactly.
Yeah,
yeah. Well, look
So
at
the
us,
just to
yep.
piggyback real quick, before we get to end, your background, just a lot of different things, But what really gave you that drive to say, you know what, I want to go out there in this world and just do everything I put my mind to? Because that's what I learned from hearing you speak today. You just got a mindset like, I want to do something and I'm just going to do it.
At least try it.
At least try. Like you don't have that like, oh, I don't know if it can work, but just listen to you. Like whatever you put your mind to, you believe that you can do it. Where did that belief actually come from?
You know, I'll say what I say about, parents and family and culture, but I will say that my dad gave me a lot of that. Just seeing it wasn't easy. Our family went through a lot, but just seeing him really chase after things and with so much passion and courage and resilience and no matter what happened, no matter how bad it got, he kept going. He never gave up. He never was like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna go get a normal job." I don't think he ever had a normal job I don't think he ever had a normal job since I've been born for 30 years. So seeing him build businesses and
We're very alike in that aspect. Yeah.
yeah, like I really feel like it came from that. And I saw the excitement in him. I saw the excitement in him when he would start a new project and the way he would tell people about it and the way that he would sell it. Like I literally saw him be a operator, a seller, an entrepreneur, a socializer. I saw an entertainer.
Did your mom work the business with him also?
Yeah, so my mom is also her work ethic also is very like obviously his was a little
Your father was the
he
visionary of it, but
he
your
was
mom
the
But your
followed
mom
you
helped
visionary,
him.
and
but
supported.
she helped a lot to get that vision rolling and to
Loved it.
really support him. So
Love it.
it's really them. I mean, I can't really tell you anything else. And I think it's also just
That's all you saw.
the way that's all I saw, but I also saw how when things didn't work out, there was always a way that we came out of it. And that's how I knew like there's always going to be a way,
Your risk temperament is high.
Very.
And that's the most important thing I tell people. Like, bro, I know I've never worked a job longer than 3 months. We were joking about that shit the other day. But like my risk tolerance is so high. Like I told my mom, I was like, Mom, you gotta stop worrying. Like when I dropped out of college for 4 years, me and my mom, we couldn't even have a conversation without her bringing up college and it turned into an argument. And then one time I just had to have a real talk with her, like, yo, I'm not out here selling drugs, doing nothing crazy. Like, it's gonna work out. Like I'm super smart. You know that. Like I'm hardworking. You don't not see me working hard. You just don't see me with a degree and a job. So that's what you think is success. But like I'm telling you, everything I'm gonna do is gonna work out. But you gotta be understanding that I'm willing to be homeless to do this. Like I know you
Exactly.
might think that
Yeah.
might look crazy, but trust me, I know what I'm doing whenever I'm doing it.
Mhm.
And yeah, like if you're willing to do or go through whatever, you can win.
Because
So,
it's just a part of the journey. It's
Yeah.
not the whole journey. It's just a
yeah.
part of the journey. And once you get through that, you get to the better side and the other side. And
And then when you become successful, you actually miss those times. Cause I still think about, man, remember when we was broke, sharing noodles and,
yeah,
you remember those times, when you make it said, if you don't appreciate it throughout the journey itself, because that's the most important thing is the actual journey, not the finish line, not the cars, the houses, and all the things. You think about all the things that you went through to become the person that you are today. So
exactly.
that's really
Yeah,
good.
no, somebody, Muhammad Ali, I think he says, like, don't people worry so much about how, what other people think. Like, worry about what people are going to think about you at the end of your journey,
Mm.
Mhm.
when you've gotten to where you got. So, but
Yep.
anyway,
I like that.
great episode. This was amazing. Always good to
Yes.
catch up. You know what I mean?
Thank you. Thank you.
Simran,
Thank
let
you.
everybody know where they can find you, get your work, connect with you.
Absolutely. So I'm across all platforms, The Naked Gal. DM me, reach out. I would love to connect. I love connecting with people. So,
This has been episode number
Number.
11 of the
Woo!
Jet Lounge podcast. Give it up. Appreciate you for coming.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you for
you.
having
See you
me.
guys on the next
Episode.
episode. Follow us, Jet Lounge Podcast. Subscribe, like, share with somebody. And make sure you guys, if you need anything tapped in with your credit, business funding, tap in with Credit Jump Solutions. If you're trying to travel the world, meet amazing people, connect with like-minded individuals, holler at us at JetQuest. We'll see you guys on the next one.
Peace.